Domination University.
Hello, welcome to Domination University. This is Chelsea. I am the Officer of Sex Magic, and today we have Maya here to talk to us about her intro to empowerment and owning her sexuality. So, welcome, Maya.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Okay, so what is your story, Maya? How did you come to your sexual empowerment journey?
Honestly, I feel like within the last couple years, I've really become more aware of it. It was really interesting because I was in a very long-term relationship, 6 years, and we rarely had sex. And I mean, it is two women, and sometimes with men, they tend to initiate more. So,
I would agree. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we didn't really, lots of dry spells, but we got along. I mean, for the most part, it was a good relationship, but I remember thinking I was the kind of lover that I didn't need sex. I didn't need to have sex with someone that I loved.
I see.
And then now being in this new relationship, yeah, we have sex all the time, and he's definitely opened up my world sexually. Within 2 months, he bought me the Hitachi magic wand. He was buying me butt plugs. I've never messed with butt plugs before, and now it's just, yeah, it's crazy.
Free reign.
Yeah.
You're open to it now.
Yeah.
So do you think being open definitely sets a tone to, I don't know, explore more and finally figure out what you really do like?
Yeah,
because
totally.
if you wouldn't be open to trying these things, there's, like you said, you're like a butt plug.
Yeah.
I never even thought to ever buy one of those, nor look at that or try one.
Yeah.
Until someone opened my mind up to it and I tried it. And do you like it?
Yeah, and I was never into butt stuff before. I have had anal sex twice before that, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't enjoyable. But I did it for my partner because they enjoyed it. But now I love butt stuff, and I've come with having it, anal sex, and it's fucking amazing.
It is my magic secret weapon that I try. I even have told my mother to try anal. I was like, Mom, you need to try this because there's something about it. And now that I've researched it deeper, the back of your clitoris hits where your anal tubing is, whatever that's called. Intestine? I don't know. Anyways, right on the back of it is your clitoris. Your clitoris is actually shaped like this, right? It's not just the head of it. It's kind of like a fork that goes back and around. So it's getting hit from the back and massaged, especially if you add clitoral stimulation and vaginal stimulation. Jesus, it is the most powerful orgasm I've ever experienced.
Me too. Anal orgasms are amazing. It's wild. I'm a lot more open to it, and yeah, anal sex is definitely underrated. If you do it right, though, that's the thing. You got to do it right. You got to prep. You can't be lazy. And honestly, it depends on how my butthole's feeling that day. And, if it's a little looser, some days it's tighter. But
True dat.
But no, when it's loose, it's like, oh yeah, we're going for this.
I've noticed around my period,
Yeah.
I'm more loose in the butthole area and want to do anal more. Also, I 100% concur with prep. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Stretching, prep, using an anal plug, warming up your asshole with fingering, using as much lube as you want.
Yes.
AKA coconut oil in my life.
Yes.
So but there's things to prep for it, and also setting the tone and the mood of where you're going in. Are you really trying to just please someone else, like you were saying earlier, which I used to do with anal a lot every time I had it until I was with my husband? That set the tone. Like, no, this is going to be enjoyable for you. I want this to be an awesome experience for you as well. So you can be open to receiving that feeling and stimulation instead of being scared and clenching down, being like, no, this is wrong.
Yeah.
This I shouldn't do. But it's really interesting. So, yeah, being open to anal is awesome. What else were we saying about anal? So you had anal twice before.
Yes, only twice.
Only twice. Okay. And then you were opened up to this field of play.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you feel like you do anal now?
It depends. I wish I could do it more often, but sometimes my body just won't allow me, or my brain, or mentally I want it, but physically it's like, oh no. And sometimes the prepping is a lot of work, especially on my partner's part, where it's like, you know what, it's fine. We don't need it. But I still like my butthole to be played with. I still like it to be fingered. And butt plugs, vibrating butt plugs, that is just a fucking godsend.
Oh my God. Tell me more.
Yeah. I
What
mean, a
is
regular
this?
butt plug is awesome. I've had glass, silicone, but a vibrating butt plug, I feel like it just tightens up your ass and then, when you're getting fucked, it makes your partner's penis feel bigger, and they're hitting a spot. Like, yeah, my partner even said he feels the butt plug when he's fucking me, and I have
Cool.
it in.
That's so rad.
So yeah, it makes your vagina feel tighter, and it's good
So
for
rad.
both of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the vibrating butt plugs, like, they have different settings, and it does feel like someone is fucking you, because it's not just like
Right.
it's like
Oh my God, I love it. And you can control that?
Yes.
Is
Yeah,
this
you have a little
specific
button.
model? What is this called?
I don't know the name of it. Alex got it for me. All I know is it's pink.
It's pink and it vibrates. And how
Yes.
big is this?
It's not even very big.
So
I
a beginner
mean,
can try this maybe? Or
Yeah.
you think this is more advanced? What do you think?
you still want to prep, and lube is always a good idea. But it kind of is shaped like a triangle. So it's smaller, and then, little by little, it goes in, and then it gets bigger, and then it gets small again. So it stays in your ass.
okay.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I've
cool.
used glass butt plugs, and, I'm getting so wet that it'll actually come out.
Yep,
And then I'm
I've-
trying to put it back in, and yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Totally. Love it. I love it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Not only are butt plugs amazing for sexual play and learning about new boundaries and zones that are erogenous, I believe, it is, they vibrate, which is always a step up. That's amazing. So I would try that. Beginners, try out with a lot of lube. Try some finger play if you've never explored that area. I promise you, on both sides, men and women have so many senses down in that crevasse, if you will, that is explosive and a great way to add on to a sexual experience. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely bonding.
Oh, also bonding.
Yeah, you're
Ooh.
exploring these new territories with someone, and my partner told me, he's like, you just haven't done it right. I promise I want you to enjoy it. This is going to be an experience for both of us, not just me. And I love it too. And he, our line of communication is very open. He checks in with me. He always asks, is this too painful? Are you okay? Do you want to stop? And that's super important too, especially during sex. Communication is so big, and that's something I wasn't used to either. So that has really opened up.
Really?
Yeah, when you trust someone and they're telling you what they're going to do, and okay, are you, and
Interesting.
Yeah.
From my perspective, being with a woman, there is more communication in
Mm-hmm.
sex, but maybe I'm biased. I'm not sure. So you're saying the opposite.
Yeah, and it depends on the person.
And that's what I think it comes down to.
Yeah, because me and my ex-girlfriend, we were not very open to communication,
Okay.
and we just kind of assumed what each other likes. But
No shit.
yeah,
Okay.
but it kind of got to this point where I was a bit insecure. So when we would have sex, it's like, wow, I've been with this person for so many years and I can't make them come all the time. And I don't want to ask, and are they going to tell me? And so I just kind of held it in.
Right.
And that lack of communication, I mean, when sex is great in a relationship, it only counts for 10% of the relationship. But when sex is not great in the relationship, it counts for 90%. And it's just so interesting.
Brilliant way to put that.
Yeah. So it's communication is key. And you always want to be on the same page with your partner because you both want to enjoy the experience and it is bonding. It's a very deep, open experience where you're vulnerable and you want to share that vulnerability.
So, how close do you think intimacy and sexuality and sex itself play a part in each other? Because that's what it's sounding like. Kind of what you're saying is there's more to sex than just the sex. It's more being open, being vulnerable, being communicative with your partner, and making sure you guys are on the same page, or women or whoever. How important do you think intimacy and communication lie together?
For me, I've realized at this point in my life that I can't have good sex if there's not a connection. I've always been in long-term relationships, and so by the time I got out of my last long-term relationship, I was 26, and I've only ever been with one guy, and that was back when I was 20, and I had only been with 2 girls. So to be 26 and to only be with 3 people, it's very intimidating. And all the dating apps were a thing. Tinder was a thing. And my friends, they were just hooking up with all these guys and, just one night stands. And I was like, oh, why not? I mean, I was a bit more conservative when I was younger. Like maybe I should try doing that now. And so my first Tinder date is my now boyfriend. So
No way.
I know.
That's awesome.
I know, it's crazy.
That's rad.
Yeah, it was pure luck. I don't know.
There you go, Tinder. You got your one story.
Right. And so, we hooked up, but it was awesome because we totally had a mental connection and we had great conversations and we had very similar humor and just similar points of views on life. And I was like, okay, maybe I just got lucky. Like, I've heard of so many people just like, I just need to go on more dates. It can't just be this guy. I need to, so I met up with another guy who was really cute. We didn't really mesh mentally. But I was like, oh, fuck it. He's hot. Like, why not? And so, we hooked up and when it was over, I was just kind of like, like that just felt empty. And I don't feel ashamed of myself. Like, I don't feel bad, but it was just more like, oh, I could have been doing something that I wanted to do with my time. Or like, I could have gone home and masturbate and like make myself come. Like, instead of just like kind of pretending to like be into it, it's like when he came, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, okay, bye. Like,
See ya.
yeah. And so after that, it's like, yeah, I don't know, just sex. I feel like sex for me is very, very intimate. And, not everyone is like that. Some people can totally detach intimacy with sex, and have fun with it. But from my experience, all the people I know that were doing a lot of random hookups are people who were just kind of sad and lonely. And they were just like, it was just this empty hookup. And I don't know. So for me, I want a connection, and I feel like that makes the sex more powerful because the way I see it, your body goes through this chemical change the first time you have sex with someone, and you're sharing that energy. And to me, that's a bigger deal than the hookup culture now. I feel like millennials, it's all about the hookup culture, and no one wants to get in relationships. And
And it's been like that since we were in middle school.
Yeah.
I remember that being like that in middle school. Like, no, we're just going to hook up. I'm not your boyfriend.
yeah, yeah,
In middle school.
yeah.
That was terminology for our group. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And for me, I've just been I'm very open sexually, but when it comes to sex, like I love showing off my body. I love flashing my boobs. I hate wearing bras, whatever. I wear very revealing clothes. But when it comes to sex, it's like, oh no, I'm not just going to fuck anyone. Yeah. And it's so much better when there's communication and just a connection and it doesn't have to be a super deep connection. I mean, if you like someone and you're attracted to them and you bond on a certain level, yeah, like it doesn't mean, I'm not saying, oh, you have to be my boyfriend or girlfriend before we fuck. It's like, no, we can build, like, I feel like the more sex you have, the more bonding it is. And the closer you get because you start to see what the other one likes. Every body is different. So you ask them, do you like this? How about this? What about that? Oh, I like this.
Right. You learn each other's tango, if you will.
Yeah. And you become more confident too on what you do like, especially as a woman, because sex before just felt kind of like, oh, I mean, I enjoy it, but it's more for the man because he always finishes. But for me, I mean, if he's feeling nice, then I'll finish. Like, with my ex-boyfriend, we were together for 2 years and I think he made me come like 4 times over 2 years. And, we had sex all the time. He came every time. So that's not a lot. Where now it's like my partner always asks, like, do you want to come? And 4 out of 5 times I do. And the 5th time I don't come because usually I'm tired.
Yeah.
Mentally, I can't focus. So it's like, no, like you.
Right.
If
I'm
you
not going to get there.
Yeah.
So just go ahead.
Yeah. If you want to come, just come, because if I take too long, then you're going to lose it. And then it's going to, so.
Totally.
But he always asks me every time. Like, so I come all the fucking time now. And it's just my sex life. My sex world has just opened up so much. And there's no like going back to it before. It's like, yeah.
So does that make you feel more empowered?
Yes.
As just like, how does that affect your everyday life and other ways?
I definitely feel more confident, especially about my body. And when it comes to sex and women, we can come like in 10 different, we can come clitoral, anal, vaginal, nipples, tongue, like we can come in so many different ways. And I've came twice. Like I actually came twice. 5 minutes apart from each other, and that's never fucking happened.
Really?
Yeah, 5, maybe 10 minutes. Yes. And it is
Multiple orgasms are a thing.
Yeah. And squirting.
Yes. Let's talk about that. Okay,
Yes.
but multiple orgasms. Before we move on to the biggest, wettest topic of the evening. Have you experienced this when you hit an orgasm, but they can continue like thrusting, but it trips into another orgasm? And then it trips into another orgasm. And then it just keeps speedballing.
Yeah, I think when I get those orgasms, it's really funny, and it kind of freaked out my partner the first couple times it happened, but I've cried after orgasming, and it's definitely more of an emotional release or a mental release.
We call that subspace.
And it happened once with my ex-girlfriend. It was crazy because when I came, I was moaning, but then I started laughing hysterically, and then I just start crying.
Yep.
And she was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, I feel fine. Like, that was amazing. Nothing's wrong. But and I couldn't stop. And it's happened with Alex. Like, it probably happens like once a month or something.
This is how monumental this energy, sexual energy is, you guys. by utilizing this, you can tap into this and set intentions to your orgasms to move shit. Sometimes unintentionally, like she's explaining, things just release through that. But you are building up so much energy, and this is the energy that fucking creates life on this planet. This is the only reason we exist and continue to exist, is because of this fucking pulsing energy. So if you can wrap that into an intention, want to unburden, work with your partner, work with yourself to release whatever you need to release and break down old stigmas and walls that no longer serve you, utilize this energy. This is free. You can do it whenever, and it's huge. Ask Maya.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crying after sex. Yeah, Alex is used to it now where and I don't even feel sad. I can just feel my tear ducts starting to swell, my face. It's a purely physical thing that my body starts going into cry mode, but mentally I'm like, wait, what's going on? I feel like I'm going to cry, but I don't have a reason. And I will bawl for like 10 minutes. And sometimes it happens after I orgasm. Usually it tends to happen. I will have my orgasm and then Alex will come like right after. And it's after he comes that like my body, it's weird, like my body will start twitching and then I just feel the tears swelling and I just start crying and he just like holds me for
so
10
beautiful.
minutes. Yeah. And it's very vulnerable to do that. And at first I was
Totally.
so insecure and I'm like, I'm sorry, this happened a few times before. I'm not sad. I'm not in pain. And, but now he's used to it. And so he knows like when I start to, he's like, okay, like I have to hold her. It's fine. She's going to get through this. And I think it is bonding for him too. I don't know. I think for him, he does kind of like it. Like, oh yeah, like I made her come so hard. She cried.
Big daddy on campus. That what taught me about this subspace we're talking about is BDSM culture. So learning about dominating and subbing and all these things. When you truly give to being submissive, and submissive is not negative, neither is dominant. No, one isn't better than the other. These are both powerful positions, but one is giving the power to the other because they trust them with this power. If someone can hold your power and give you what you want while they don't have to think about anything, you're literally free. You're free. You don't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to try and make myself come. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, my fucking bill. I forgot to pay that. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Because women think like that. Men are like, my penis, boobs. But like, we have this mind that goes on forever when we're in the moment. But when you're finally in this subspace and can let go, it's like a meditative space. And then finally, once that breaks, everything comes back. And maybe you shed some shit that needed to go. Maybe there was some crying moment that was stuck down somewhere that you never allowed to come up. And it's like, oh shit, I finally got out of my way through this like meditation of some sort. And now here it comes. But there it goes. It's fine. And then you feel better. And it's incredible. And that sex always makes people feel better. It's a long-lasting joke that people always are like, oh, did you get some? Because you're smiling today. It improves your mood. It improves your brain function. It improves your health, your hormones. It's pretty incredible if you can do it in safe, healthy, awesome ways that are going to help you. So moving on to the biggest topic, squirting. We have to know everything about this. So please take the floor.
So I didn't think I could ever squirt. And I remember me and Alex, it was probably the third time we had sex. And I just remember he started like doing something with his hands inside me. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but I was just so out of it. And all of a sudden I came to and I was just like, oh my God, I think I pissed myself. And I was just kind of in shock, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I think I just pissed while you fingered me. And he's like, you squirted, right? And I was like, that was the first time that's ever happened. I didn't know I could squirt. And he's like, almost every woman could squirt, believe me. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, Casanova.
Yeah. And
we got you.
But no, it's so true. It's crazy. And yeah, probably 9 out of 10 women can squirt, and it's amazing and it feels good. And I don't think that I've ever orgasmed while squirting.
Thank you. That has been such a huge question.
Yeah.
That I had. The only time I've squirted twice in my life, both with Ryan. No, I'm sorry, 3 times. 1 time before. But it wasn't while I was having an orgasm. And everything is saying squirting orgasm. So I was like, maybe I'm not doing that. Maybe that's just like a little something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So it's not linked directly with an orgasm is what from your perspective.
Yeah.
Well.
And I mean, maybe girls can squirt while they're orgasming, but for my personal experience, like the squirting feels amazing.
So much clarity.
It feels so good, especially when I really have to pee while having sex. Sometimes I'll be like, all right, just make me squirt. Like I gotta release some pressure because squirting is a mixture of pee and cum.
No shit.
Yeah. It's like there's a little bit of pee. Technically, you're like hitting like your urethra or you're hitting some spot where a little bit of pee is
but
mixed
there's no
in.
urine in it yet. It's just water.
Yeah.
Or it's like
exactly.
body water.
But it's definitely, it does feel the same as going to the bathroom. That sense of relief, that euphoria you get when you're holding your pee for a while and then you finally let it out. It feels like that.
So that's what that feeling is?
Yeah. But yeah. So, and he makes me squirt almost every time. A lot of it is based on my hydration. If I haven't drank a lot of water that day, I can't really squirt that much, or I squirt a little bit. But man, if I've been drinking water all day, I will be like a fucking fountain.
Shut the fuck up.
He will
this
have
is
to
amazing.
put a towel, sometimes 2 towels, and it's crazy all the water that comes out. It's nuts. I had no idea my body was capable of something like this. And it's another bonding experience because my body is doing, like anal sex, butt plugs, squirting, like crying during orgasms. It's just amazing what our bodies are capable of.
So true.
Sexually. I feel like especially as women too. So yeah, it just makes me more in tune with my body. Like, oh wow, I can do something like this. It's crazy.
That's
I thought this is something
incredible.
Yeah, I thought it was something only women can do in porn, and they had to, practice and teach themselves. And no, but it just, there's a certain way that you position the hands, and you're hitting up against the vaginal wall or the G spot or the A spot. Some spot.
Fucking know.
I know. I can't even keep up with all the spots.
I've never made anyone squirt. Fuck.
I tried, and for me it was harder, but I think I was also nervous and overthinking it too.
Props.
So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to try this again.
I don't want to hurt you. I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hurt them, but I'm also a little self-conscious. Like, I didn't get it the first time. Maybe next.
Yeah, maybe again.
Yeah, but you can Google it, how to make a girl squirt.
Okay. So everybody's going to try that tonight. Yes. Everybody tell their partners, let's Google how to make me squirt and figure it out. Also, everybody hydrate.
Yeah.
So do you hydrate like on purpose just to do that and to come home like some days just like extra, just like.
Yeah. When me and Alex first started hooking up, I would drink a 25 ounce of water on the way to his apartment.
Yes.
Because after the first time
he
made me squirt, I was like, I remember he was like, okay, like, you ready to go again? And I told him, no, I just feel like I'm on a cloud. I'm in this deep euphoric state.
Yes!
And I need a couple minutes to just kind of ground myself. But I used to, after that, I was like, I need a drink up before I go over. And it definitely helps.
Wow. That's actually a great tip.
Yeah.
Great tip,
And
everyone.
you should stay hydrated anyway. But yeah, when you squirt, you lose all those fluids too.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but
that is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh
another
my God.
reason to stay hydrated so you can squirt.
Right. Literally. Literally. One of the main reasons to stay hydrated, ladies, is so you can experience squirting.
Yes.
It's super fun. So towels are maybe in order as well, folks.
Yeah, because you don't want to get your mattress all soaked. Believe me, it sucks having to squirt in your bed and then sleeping on the wet, cold area. Yeah. That's so we learned to put towels, sometimes multiple towels, if I like have to pee during sex, rather than be like, okay, wait, hold on, I just gotta pee. It's like, all right, fuck it, just make me squirt and it'll help relieve it.
Got it. So you just, instead of being like, I gotta go pee real fast. Yeah. Which I do all the fucking time, like an idiot now. Oh my God. Never again.
Yeah.
I'm utilizing that fluid. Work it, babe. Got it. Okay. New answer. Breaking paradigms, folks. Shifting some energy. That's pretty amazing. What's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Good old Capricorn.
Yep. Good
Earth
old boring,
energy.
boring Capricorn. No, Capricorns are the best. I love being a Capricorn. Very grounded. And we do have emotions. We just don't feel the need to show them all the time.
That's accurate. I'm married to a Capricorn, so I feel that.
We're the best.
They are. I love you guys. My favorite. I need the earth because I'm all head. Okay, so you talked about your tools. Are there any other tools that you would implement in your toolbox for sexuality?
I love the Hitachi magic wand. Honestly, that is always my go-to. But I'm also very clitoral. I have maybe come vaginally a few times, and vaginal orgasms, I mean, like, they're still an orgasm. They're good, but honestly, clitoral, anytime I've cried is only from clitoral. And I'm all about the clitoris. I don't need penetration to come. I come harder.
Feel that,
Yeah, I come harder. I love getting my pussy eaten, and I love, like, rubbing my pussy, but the Hitachi magic wand is just amazing, especially, like, while, you know, getting penetrated. It's like we're both having fun.
Yes, it's the best.
Because vibrators don't really do it for me.
Really?
Yeah, vibrators just kind of, I don't know, they're smaller. I feel like they don't hit the spots as well. But the wand is just, if we're in doggy style, I can hold it under me. Great point. I'm on my back or side. And you can also use it for its intended purposes, which is like for a massager, a back massager. So like when you wash
my pussy needs that shit.
Yeah. And I don't try to use it all the time because it does make my pussy sensitive, my clit. Yeah. And
sensitive or desensitized?
Sensitive, because it gets hot after a while. And I have the kind like the basic, like you plug into the wall, because I think there's one that runs on batteries.
Wow.
So it doesn't it's cordless. But it just helps make me come faster. Sometimes I don't come as hard, and sometimes I prefer my fingers, or, you know, but I don't use it all the time because then my tolerance for it does go up. So that's something I am very aware of, because I have talked to a lot of girls about it. And when you're only using vibrators, it's like your fingers don't do it for you anymore.
So true.
So for me, sometimes it's like, oh, fuck it. Like, I'll do the Hitachi magic wand, especially like if my partner wants to come and he's like, I'm going to come quick. It's like, all right, give me the wand. I'll come faster with it.
Totally.
But I do like to switch it up though, because it's like with positions, like I will be into one position for like a month straight, and then after a while I just like, okay, I'm bored with this position. Let's try a new one. And you know, and then you explore like different.
That's so fun to me. I love that. Have you guys explored Tantra at all?
Not really. I don't know much about that.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah. That's the slow sex, right?
It is so fascinating.
You know what? Actually, we have been messing with it a little more. So what Alex does is he'll pump very slow. So it'll be like 1, 2. But every time he pumps, he'll slap my butt.
My favorite.
And then he'll
Spanking
like
is my
pull
favorite.
out really like slowly and then go back in. And like I've come like that before.
Totally. Exactly.
When he's fucking me slow.
Yeah.
And slapping my butt.
Yes.
Dude, slapping is like
Spanking
another
is
thing
my
too.
favorite.
Yeah. Like slapping. I would love to get my face slapped more, but my face is very, very sensitive. And I've noticed the few times that I allow him to slap my face, I'll get hives or I'll get like a little bit of an irritation on my face. And
I
it's
will
like,
teach you guys how to slap each other in the face.
okay. But yeah, like my butt,
Yes.
you know, my tits.
Yes.
Love it. And spitting. Oh my God. I love when he spits in my mouth. That just like the way he smells and the way his breath. Yeah, like I'll be like, spit in my mouth. Like I
Give it to
fucking
me.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, you guys, there's so much to explore. And it's so fun when you finally do get to explore this with a partner and figure out like, wait, how, because like if you're sitting here by yourself going, how the fuck am I going to tell somebody to spit in my mouth?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck am I ever going to do that?
And that used to gross me out when I was
younger or whatever.
Yeah,
didn't
or with
think
past
about it.
partners. Yeah.
Right.
But I think that's when you really find someone you connect with and you are physically attracted to their pheromones.
Yeah.
Like their BO.
Yeah.
You know?
I 100% agree with this.
Yeah, like
I
Alex
cannot.
loves to sniff my ass. He fucking loves sniffing my ass. When I fart, he fucking is so about it. I used to be so embarrassed.
Oh my God.
So embarrassed. And I'll fart during sex and he'll be like, yeah, and he'll stop and just sniff my butt. And I'm just like, are you like this all the time? He's like, no, I'm just so attracted to you that like anything about you is, yeah. And I feel the same with him.
So true. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I love that you're bringing this up too. That is so, I truly, truly, truly identify with exactly what you're saying. Yes, there's something about when you finally can unhinge this, you can do anything and try anything and then just let it go. And you could find so many things that do it for you. This is where you find like your fetishes or your kinks or whatever, and go down the list. Figure out, maybe you like being tied up. Maybe you like wearing women's underwear. I don't know. But you don't know until you try.
Yeah.
So try it the fuck out, folks. Also, face sitting.
Yes.
One of my favorite.
Oh
or
my
queening,
God.
quote unquote.
Love
What a powerful move,
face
too.
sitting.
God damn it. It's like a throne. It's amazing. That's why they call it queening. Hashtag love it.
Yes.
Yes. That's.
Yeah. Face sitting 69. I think 69 is always our go-to because it's just both people are getting pleasure and oral sex is just fucking. I love getting eaten out. Like I would totally be okay with just oral and like not even penetration.
Oh, I don't know if I could just go straight that way, but
I mean, I love penetration. But
I feel like after I have oral, I want to be penetrated.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I yearn for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I don't get that, something's missing.
Yeah.
But also don't feel that need until that clitoral stimulation is satisfied, though.
Yes.
So I guess it depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
But damn it. Yeah, that's good shit. It's my favorite. 100%. Clitoral anything is.
Yeah. I'm all about the clit. So.
Clit clap.
Yeah. So if you get off on clitoris, you know, if you prefer clitoral orgasms, highly recommend the Hitachi Magic Wand. That is my go-to. I love it. It just makes it easier sometimes. Especially if your fingers are sore. I work with my hands, you know, I do hair. So it's like sometimes my fingers after a long day, it's like, I'd rather just hold something that does the work for me.
I love it.
And I just focus on the mental.
Yeah, you're like, I'll get into my fucking clarity space.
Yes.
So do you have any messages to women healing their sexuality and or awakening to their sexuality that you would like to bestow?
I used to be ashamed of my sexuality. I started masturbating when I was younger, before I even knew what masturbation really was or even what an orgasm was. So I started masturbating, I would say in 6th or 7th grade was when I started doing it. And I would start touching myself. And I remember I reached an orgasm, but I didn't know what an orgasm felt like or really was at the time. And it wasn't until I found out what an orgasm was, it's like, oh, I've been doing that. But especially as a girl and as a younger girl in middle school, it's like, oh no, girls don't masturbate.
Oh
I
my
had a lot of
God.
friends who were raised in a Catholic family, and their grandmas would tell them, oh, if you're masturbating, Jesus is watching you. And so it just kind of
Oh my
turned
God.
them off from masturbating because they just felt like, oh, God is judging me and I'm a woman and I shouldn't do this. Yet for men, it was so normal. And so I would lie about masturbating because all of my friends would be like, oh, I don't masturbate. I just have sex. And for me, especially being with my ex-girlfriend, even though we weren't having a lot of sex, I was masturbating all the fucking time. All the fucking
That's a
time.
must. Yep.
And it's interesting now that I'm having so much sex and having so many orgasms, I prefer sex over masturbating now. When I masturbate now, it's like if I'm really like, okay, I am not going to get through this day because my body is just yearning to come and I'm just going to allow it. But that's not very often. And then the times that I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm bored, I'll just masturbate, it just feels forced. And then I just don't feel satisfied after orgasm. And it's just, it's like, ugh, I rather wish I waited and then I'd come even harder, like with Alex, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. I totally understand that.
It's,
Do you think masturbation is a good tool to figure out your sexuality, though?
I think it is a big tool because you figure out what you like. And I mean, no one knows you better than your own two fingers, you know? So,
Accurate.
and even using toys too, dildos. I definitely like dildos.
Yeah.
I prefer the magic wand. Butt plugs, I will even masturbate with a butt plug in. I fucking swear on butt
Wow.
plugs. And you can find them in all different sizes. All different sizes. And just masturbating with all these things going on. Like
So
you're holding
rad.
the wand and, using the dildo and with the butt plug in. I mean, how much better can it get?
That's pretty much, yeah, that's the tits. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. And it's just so, I love it.
That's so awesome. What a great visual. It's just like, everything's happening. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Or even with Alex, we'll be having sex and I will just be the pillow princess and I'll have the butt plug in. He'll be fucking me with the dildo. I'll be holding the wand and then just sucking on his dick.
Yep.
And it's like, he's not, and I'm just like, and I fucking love, like, I will come so fucking hard. So I don't need to be penetrated to come hard.
This is so awesome, though. It's because you've like opened this floodgate to whatever you're into, you'll try.
Yeah.
Which so many people are so afraid of. They don't want to look at that. They're like, I don't even know what I want to be interested in.
And I think a lot of it is based on their partner because I know married couples and the women, are pretty open sexually, but the men are like, oh no, I don't do that. Oh no, I don't like when women fart around me, or I don't know. You have to smell good. I don't like your natural, or you have to shower. Like it's, yeah. So being with someone who I used to be so self-conscious about myself and my body, and he's just like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like,
isn't it the best?
yeah. And it really, and it's funny because I joke with him, you turned me into this freak. And he's like, nah, you were always a freak. I just held your hand and pulled you out of that closet. Like, your freak flag is flying now. And yeah.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And I've even told him too, if we do break up, like, sex has changed with me forever, that if I ever have another partner in the future, they are going to fucking make me come or nothing's happening. No.
Yeah.
Like, they are going to make me come. They're going to be open sexually to a lot of things. And my sex life has changed forever. It's crazy.
Holy
in
shit.
the best ways. And I feel like I know more about myself too as a person. It's
Boom,
very
baby.
healing mentally and spiritually through sex.
You just feel yourself so much more, literally. Like, you literally can feel yourself more. You see your inner self more. What do I want? You're opening that internal dialogue and really figuring out and allowing yourself to figure out what the fuck makes you feel good. I feel like as women, we identify with suffering more than being happy or being fulfilled, because we're always trying to fulfill other people's needs and put others before our own. But when we finally allow ourselves to put our needs first, we can find so much deeper inner self. It's really incredible, and connect that with our outer world. So it's not just, oh, well, that's just what I think in my head. It's like, no, that's what I do out in my life. No, this is because once you're sexually liberated, you can do anything. You take that energy everywhere. You feel like, no, I am worth this. If I'm worth this under everything that's closed down, that I don't show the outside world, well, then I could do that with the outside world. I could fucking do this. This is awesome. And utilize that. And I think it's so crucial to find partners that really bring that out of you instead of shutting shit down for you. Because as soon as you're with somebody that quiets your energy or disrupts it from you being your authentic self or finding your true authentic self, that's not a great relationship for you to be in, because you'll never be your authentic self, or you'll never feel like you can be around that person. And I think that is so crucial, to find that partner, which I know everybody's looking for, and they do exist, people. They fucking exist. It's just you have to put out the right energy and find the right tune for you and be open to whatever comes to you. You may be thinking like, oh, I really want a supermodel girlfriend that looks like this and blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe it's this chick that's been sitting next to you for like ever that's totally into the same weird kinky shit you are. And you would have never thought. Like, you don't know what the fuck's out there. I literally told my husband when we met, I told his lead singer that I was down to fuck. Literally, that's how we got on a date. I was like, please tell your keyboardist I'm down to fuck. I'm so horny. And I know he hasn't fucked anyone in a long time. And she's like, all right. And then afterwards, we were together, inseparable. We were just fucking, but you don't know where the fuck it happens. You don't know where it's coming from, but it's out there and it's open, and you can explore it with yourself and you can explore it with others. And it's only going to help all relationships. So also, working on yourself makes the world better. So cheers to that.
Yes, cheers.
Are there any little tips or tricks that you want to tell anyone before we sign off here? Any little goodies?
What can I say about sex that I haven't said already?
Do you like lingerie?
I do. I think sometimes it's sexier wearing a top, you know, while you're fucking and not being completely nude, because it does leave some to the imagination. I stopped wearing bras a couple years ago. I fucking hate bras. And yeah, and I remember the first time me and Alex had sex and I wasn't wearing a bra. He's like, what? Like, you're not wearing a bra? I was like, no. And I stopped wearing panties too, and I wear skirts and dresses. Yeah, just it's too restricting, and it just makes things easier, you know, one less barrier to get in the way.
Fucking damn it, that's right.
Yeah, because we actually had sex in a park once, and it was like super scandalous. And I was like, oh my God, what if someone's watching?
And that does it for me.
Right?
I am a weird voyeur. I fucking love it.
Right?
Oh, God.
But I feel like so many people are like that, though.
Yeah. It's a huge movement.
And also for women, too, like men like their butts getting penetrated as well. Or
Boom.
maybe not necessarily penetrated, but played with, you know? So, you know, ladies, if you want to do a man a favor, lick his butt, play with it. They like it. And if you can penetrate it, if they'll allow it, you know, guys can have prostate orgasms.
Very true.
Yes.
And you can also, I guess it's called prostate milking
Yeah.
is the terminology that people use. But it's like, it's almost like making guys squirt. It's like an involuntary orgasm, or it's an orgasm, but through that. So it's really interesting. Yeah, it's called.
Yeah, I believe the move is
milking.
called, I think Alex called it the rusty trombone.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
What? Oh. When you're licking their butt and like jerking them off.
Pulling it off. Yeah. Oh my God. Alex nailed it.
Yeah, but no, Alex is very encouraging with butt stuff. He does not feel emasculated at all. And that's the thing. Like, men, you are not any less of a man if you get your asshole penetrated.
So true.
Me. And to be the sub, because most men do tend to be dom, you know, when it comes to sex. But for them to be the sub and the women to be the dom, like, yeah, why not switch it up?
So much fun to switch, folks. It is so much fun. What a great. So do you dom him sometimes, or
sometimes? I would love to penetrate him more, but he gets hemorrhoids, so I have to, you know. So, and you know, we work through it, you know. But
do you have a strap on?
I do. Well, yeah, from being with a woman, we do have a strap on. I haven't used it on Alex.
Is it too big?
Yeah, we'd probably need to start with something small. I tried using a butt plug on him because he got a butt plug. Like the one thing he will drop money on is fucking sex toys. I'll just be like, hey, want to get a new dildo? He'll be like, oh, yeah, sure, equipment. Okay. Yeah. But it's like, hey, you want to go out to eat? Oh, no, like, I don't want to spend the money. But so he bought me a butt plug that's probably as big as like my finger, you know, very, very small. It doesn't even stay in my butt. And I tried it on him and he liked it, but you know, it depends. For men, you got a lot of prep too.
Also, yeah. And they have to be ready.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah. And women too, you know. Because it is very like, for me, I was like, what? Like licking ass? Like I've never done that before. That's so dirty.
Oh my God.
And now it's like, oh, I'll lick his butt. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But yes, for men, you are not any less masculine for being dominated by a woman.
So fucking true. You'll actually enjoy it. It's very fun to finally give that power over and be like, all right, show me what's up.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. And it's not scary. It's that's the communication factor here, folks. As long as there is communication, they're going to know what you want. They're not going to take advantage of you. If someone's going to take advantage of you when you're tied up or whatever, don't fucking be with that person. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Find the people you trust. Do it. There's communities about it. But you can try these things and fucking be free, man. You'll love it. Try being dominated by your girlfriend or wife. Also, it's kind of a prep situation as well. Mentally, to take on that role, especially as a woman, because it's so foreign.
Oh yeah, for me, like with Alex, he's just like dominate me, and I'm like, oh, like what do you want?
Let me ask
to do? Yeah, because I'm like, oh fuck, like it's just so natural for me to be dominated. So to be the dom, I have to be more mentally aware. Whereas with Alex, we've talked about it, and he's like, it just comes naturally for me to be dom. So like when I dominate you, I don't have to think about it.
Right.
But for me, I do, because the roles are switched, and I'm just like, oh, am I going to, you know, and I feel, I do feel a little silly or embarrassed, but with Alex, that's not him. That's just me projecting.
Right. Totally.
He makes me feel very comfortable and very safe when we're being intimate. And that's like all I can ask for. But yeah, I do that. It did take time to build that trust. You know, within the first few months that we were dating, he was just like, yeah, like we should try anal sex. And I was like, I only do anal sex with someone I'm monogamous with, because that is a very vulnerable thing. And I do not want to go there with someone that I'm not exclusive with. It's a mental thing that's intimate. I'm not going to just like fuck anyone and let them stick it in my ass. And that's actually how we decided to be exclusive. He's like, well, I'm down to be exclusive if you want.
I'm your boyfriend, babe. Where do I sign up?
Yeah.
That's fucking hysterical.
But yes, it did take time to build that trust. And now it's just like I'm so much more down for so many things. And there's still new things that because he's been a lot more open a lot longer. He's very aware of his sexuality and sex. And, he's had more partners than me. So he more so knows what he wants, what he's open to. But for me, it's like little by little I get there, and he's patient with me. He doesn't push me into foreign territory that I don't feel comfortable or that I'm not ready for yet.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to backfire.
Exactly.
So as long as we're keeping the communication open.
That's so beautiful.
And I tell him I'll be like, okay, let's try this. Why not? Like, and if I don't like it, we can stop. Or yeah. So even now talking about threesomes and bringing another person in the bedroom, of course he's like, yeah, like, let's do it, and I'm just like, okay, like, this is something very new for me. I kind of did something like this in the past, but it was with just friends. I wasn't in a relationship. It's different to be the third person coming into the couple than to be the couple and inviting a foreign person in.
Totally.
So yeah, we're just keeping it open, and he tells me whenever you're ready, like, just
say the word.
It's all about you. Yeah.
Totally.
So it's interesting. So we're still, venturing out into new territory, but we take it one day at a time.
That's so rad.
Yeah.
Ah, I love that. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, last question. Closing question. What's your favorite position to do anal in?
Ooh. Anal. I think I prefer it on my back, because sometimes in doing it doggy style, I love doggy style vaginally. But it depends on, because sometimes when we do doggy style, it'll hurt. Like if I'm really gassy, or if I'm going to start my period or on my period, I'm a lot more tender down there.
Totally.
And so we'll have to switch, because I'm just like, I'm not even enjoying this. And if I'm not enjoying it, he's not enjoying it. But when it comes to anal, the times that I come from anal, I'm on my back. And he will just be like, what is that, missionary?
Yeah.
The basic. Yeah. And it's just easier for him to get his dick in my ass because it's lower.
So interesting.
And then also I can use, I come a lot harder when I'm using the magic wand on my clit.
Back would be better to use.
Yeah, because for me, I can focus more, because I'm the one that has to stay loose. Because if I'm in too much pain, we're going to stop.
A whole ceasefire.
So I like to use a vibrator or the magic wand on my clit, because it helps keep my ass open.
Right. Totally.
And also, as I'm getting wet, it drips onto my ass, and then it keeps my ass lubed for him fucking me.
Perfect.
But yeah, the last time we had anal sex, he was going really hard, and I was just like, I'm going to come. And he's like, really? Like, you're enjoying this? And I'm like, dude, like, don't fucking stop. And then I come, and usually after I come when we have anal, my ass will get tight, and then it will hurt.
All right, bye.
Yeah. So then he's like, okay, do you want to stop? And I'm like, nah, keep going. I don't know what's going on, but my ass is super open tonight. Like, just
open for business, babe.
Yes. Like, let's ride this wave out. Like, just do it till you come. Yeah. And it was awesome. Yeah. But I prefer to be on my back, because then I can stimulate my clit, which helps keep my pussy wet. That drips down to my ass, keeps it lubed. And it just keeps my ass more open and more enjoyable for both of us.
Gets the whole system working, baby.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. So thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope this was informative as well as it was entertaining and hot. So we're about to do our photo shoot. So stay tuned. It will be on the podcast website at dominationuniversity.com. Look under the Sex Magic tab for Chelsea. That's me. Click on it and it'll be under us. Thank you so much, Maya. I do appreciate you coming in and, squirting your knowledge all about. We do appreciate that. And yeah, thanks for being a solid sisterhood, or sister of the sisterhood. So, is there anything else you want to say?
Sex can be so amazing and so beautiful when the connection is good and when you're with the right person. So just because you've had bad experiences in the past doesn't mean it's going to stay bad. And communicate. Communication is key and vital for good sex. And you are entitled to orgasms, ladies.
We're going to put an applause track over that. All right. 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 Right.